Hey travel buddies, welcome back to Keisha's Corner. For those of you who may not be familiar or new here, this channel is all about travel, media, and lifestyle. I share my travel and vacation experiences, anything that makes my life easier, and today is no different. Today, I'm going to be giving you my personal experience with the Rode NTH-100 headsets that I'm wearing in this recording here. And for me personally, I love new technology, new equipment. I'm like a kid in a candy store, so it's exciting for me. I am a smaller content creator, but I'm hoping my personal experience with the Rode NTH-100 headsets will help some of my travel buddies out there who are creating content. Whether you are a small or first-time new content creator or an OG content creator that's in the market for upgrading, changing your headsets. So I'll give you my personal experience, and hopefully that will help guide your decision a bit. So first, I'll just start off with some of the headsets that I used in the past and what I use for a backup, and then we'll get into the Rode NTH-100. So my very first headsets were the One Odio headsets. That was my first headsets, and I actually keep them. Those are, I'll tell you now, those are my backup headsets. I keep those. They were not too expensive. I can't even remember how much they cost, but they were, I'm sure, were less than $100. And for the most part, they did well. But over time, after a long wear or heavy editing, and you know, for people who create content, that editing process can take quite a while. So I just appreciate a good pair of headsets to get through that process. So for the One Odio headsets, they were good. I don't really have a problem with them. So if you're in the market and you ran across those, go ahead and buy them. The sound quality was good. It served its purpose. It was, you know, at the time I was just looking for something that I can hear well with, I can monitor the recordings well with, and that obviously fit my budget because let's be real, if you can't afford it, don't want it. So after a while of using the One Odio headsets, I just decided to upgrade a bit just to see what was different. I watch a lot of podcasts, so I tend to pay attention to the equipment that the podcasters are using, which led me to my next pair of headsets, which were and I have some notes here, so I'm just taking a look. It was the Pioneer DJ HDJ-X5. Now, I saw those headsets. I believe they were like $119. I bought them off of Amazon. I also became familiar with them because, again, like I said, I watch podcasts. I happen to be watching the Joe Budden podcast. Shout out to Joe Budden podcast. And they were using those headsets, so I picked them up. And actually, I really had no problem with them. They had good quality sound. They weren't too bulky. They did what they were supposed to do. However, they have a problem with the hinge, the part that connects the mobile part of the headset. So really they're DJ headsets. That means, you know how DJs usually have one ear on, one ear off, and they're always turning it around just to get the good monitoring or whatever DJs do. So really, if you are a studio content creator, those probably are not the ones that I would go with again. However, they served a purpose until recently. They broke right at the clamp part that on the side here. So I just had to throw those away. It hurt me to my soul to have to throw them away because, again, that was my first upgrade and they were actually decent. But I have an ecosystem here in my studio, which is DJI for most of my cameras, most of my imaging capturing equipment. But for audio, I usually tend to go with the Rode. So I have a Rodecaster Duo, a Rodecaster interface system. And so I started looking into Rode for the new headsets and what would fit my budget, what would fit my studio preferences. And I came up with the NTH-100s by Rode. So like I mentioned before, I've only had these headsets for a few days, but so far I've tested them out. I love them. The sound quality is great. And just some things that I noticed as soon as I opened the box. Of course, it came in the Rode box. This typical Rode packaging, quality packaging, so you never have a problem with receiving damaged items. So out the box, the Rode NTH-100s, they did feel a little heavier to the touch. I picked them up. I was like, wow, that's, had some weight to it. So I was kind of nervous about that because that's not what you want on your head or on your ears or pressing, or you don't want to feel restricted in any way when you're trying to do your recording. So I was kind of leery at first. However, I put them on. It was a smooth transition. I love the cool tech ear cushioning. That makes a difference. So there's no sweating. There's no pressure from long wear. They came in their normal Rode packaging with one black satin pouch. They came in the satin pouch, so they were well packaged. I appreciated the care that they took. So everything was intact. So that was great. And I do want to mention, this is not a sponsored ad. This is just my personal experience with these headsets. And so far, I've listened to music at a high volume, different types of music, different beats and everything. And it was like a concert, really. It was literally like I was at a concert. It was just a different level. It was a different audio experience between my previous headsets. So I would say that this one is great so far for music, for podcasting, for content creation, or whatever you do in your studio. I will say that these headsets don't fold. So again, I'm always into things that make my life easier. I'm on the go. I like to travel. I want something I can pack up, put in my little equipment bag without having to worry about it being damaged or lost or whatever. So these headsets don't fold, but that's okay because I use them as in my studio, so I don't typically take them out anywhere. So if I were to take another pair out, that's when I would return to that One Odio headset because they do fold up and they do travel well. So again, if it just depends on what your budget is and what audio experience you are looking for. So if you're looking for some quality studio headsets, these are well designed. You see here, they're not really any more bulky than any other headsets out there. However, it's the ear cushioning, the gel or whatever that is on the inside. It's like a cooling experience. It's just very easy on the ears. And if you know, I certainly appreciate that aspect of it. Another thing I like about the Rode NTH-100 headsets is that it can be plugged up on either side of the ear. So you can plug up. What side is it here? You can plug up the right or the left side, whatever is comfortable for you, however your studio happens to be set up with. That actually might make a difference for you. If you're right-handed, left-handed, whatever you got going on, that makes a difference because not all headsets, they typically just have one input, where you put the connection there and then that's that. So the Rode NTH-100 did think ahead, and I do appreciate that you can connect on either side. Also, on the inside of the headsets, they have a clear indicator of huge R for right, left for the left ear. So there's never a mistake or turning your headset the wrong way. It just cuts down on anything that gets any obstacles that may get in the way of your recording. So as for a price point, I actually purchased these Rode NTH-100s from Amazon. And I think they were $134. Originally, of course, I went to the Rode website and I was going to buy them from there, but they were like $154 over there. So let's go back to handy Amazon and go ahead and get them for a little bit less. And also, no matter where you get them from, Rode does take care of their people. They are under a lifetime warranty. So if anything goes wrong with them, you may have to, do some back and forth communication with Rode or whatever to get a replacement, to get a fix or whatever the remedy is, but they will definitely take care of you. So that is an added bonus. So it's not always just about the price. It's also about the customer service and what makes your life easy. So I'm not going to spend too much time here. I just wanted to give you a brief review of my experience in the first couple of days. The sound quality is great. The design is good. The ear pads do take away from some of the pressure that other headsets may have. So if you're in the market for a new headset, I would say try the Rode NTH-100 and they should work well for you. Now, you don't have to believe me. You can go and keep researching, listening to other people's reviews, and that's cool too. You should do your due diligence. I'm just telling you, as a regular person, as a small-time content creator, these things matter. I do make investments on things that matter, like audio and the visual part. Some things you can kind of cut some corners and just get through the recording. But if you care about sound, if you care about quality, and if you care about the ease of wearing this equipment over a period of time, I would say definitely the Rode NTH-100 is definitely something to look into. So for now, I'll continue to use them. I'll continue to listen to music, do some podcasting, do some content creation, and I'll circle back to all of my travel buddies out there and let you know my experience with the Rode NTH-100s headsets, maybe in a couple of weeks or a couple of months. That's really it. That's all I got. I ain't got no more. For me, they're working out. I love them. I will let you all know later. So if you enjoyed this video, if any of my feedback has helped you make a decision or at least put you on the right path, I appreciate you. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. It helps push us out into the algorithm. Here at Keisha's Corner, we believe it's good to share to keep your people aware. I appreciate you and thank you for watching. I'm Keisha, and this is my corner.